If you are a parent who is thinking about homeschooling this upcoming school year, you're probably pretty overwhelmed and excited and stressed about the thought of pulling your kids out of school or not putting your kids in school at all and starting the process of homeschooling. I'm a homeschool mom of three. I have an 18-year-old who has graduated. I have a 16-year-old who's in high school, and I have a 1.5-year-old who I will be homeschooling in the future. So I want to walk you through like the 6 steps that you should take if you're considering homeschooling. And I hope that these make you feel a little bit better and more confident in your decision whether you decide to homeschool or not. So the very first thing you should do is you're doing it, you're watching YouTube channels about homeschooling. You're researching and you're trying to find out as much information as you can. I know when I first got started, YouTube was a great resource for me trying to learn how to do it, what to do, who else doing it, what it looks like. And there are so many great homeschooling channels all over YouTube that you will find your group of people who you enjoy watching and get a wide variety of homeschooling. You will get people who have real life experience with homeschooling, everyone from brand new homeschoolers to experienced homeschoolers, and even people who have decided to quit homeschooling. Like all of this information is really important to watch and understand, and it'll help you make the best decision that you can. YouTube is also a great resource for learning about different types of curriculum that you might want to purchase. There's channels that'll like walk you through the curriculum and show you a day in the life of how they use a certain curriculum. And there's Christian curriculum and secular curriculum and curriculum for all ages and what they picked for their first grader this year. And so you can see every little thing that they're using. And then at the end of the year, a lot of homeschool channels will do like reviews and they'll let you know how that curriculum worked for their family and why it worked or didn't work. There is, I'll say it again, so much very valuable information on YouTube. So just keep watching YouTube videos to help you better understand homeschooling and what it looks like for other families. The second thing you're going to want to do is look into your state's regulations for homeschooling. Every single state has different regulations, and I have homeschooled in 3 different states. I've homeschooled in Tennessee and Florida, and we are in Virginia now. This will be my first year homeschooling in Virginia. So I always go to like the .gov website for the education department in your state and look up what their actual regulations are. Every state is different, and every state you can homeschool in pretty easily. All of the states that we've homeschooled in have been like medium easy states where you have to register with the county and do some testing, although we opted out of testing. Like Tennessee, you had to do testing, but we just opted out. I have a puppy. And in Florida, we had a homeschool evaluator that evaluated my kids' like portfolio once a year, and that was super easy because you get to pick your evaluator, and it's just based on progress, not like any scores, or just have to show that you did something for the year. But every state is different. Some states you don't have to like let your county know at all. Some states you do. Some states you have to do like 180-day like schedule where you like homeschool for 180 days, 4 hours a day. Everything's different. You can contact your local county for more information on how to homeschool in your specific area. But I promise you, it's really easy everywhere once you figure out exactly what your rules are. Even in the more heavily regulated states, which, we've kind of been in, hasn't been a big deal at all, and really easy to homeschool everywhere. And you can basically homeschool however you want, and you just have to kind of like work the system a little bit. Number 3 is you are going to deschool. And what deschooling is where you don't do any school at all and are really just learning to change your mindset on what education is and kind of give yourself a break to get away from like that public school mindset. The recommended deschooling process for kids who have been in public school is to do 1 month for each year they were in school. So let's say they were in school for 3 years, you take 3 months where you don't do any sort of homeschooling at all. You guys just live life, summer vacation, and just have fun, and don't try and do any type of learning, really. A lot of people focus on deschooling when it comes to the kids, but I actually think deschooling is more important for you as the parent to get your mindset away from that traditional model of what education looks like. Because I can tell you, 10 years later, from when I first started homeschooling, I have such a different viewpoint on child development and education than I did when I first started. I can get more into that mindset shift in future videos, but just know your whole world is going to change when it comes to how children learn and what homeschool looks like for you guys. Some of the things you can do while you're deschooling is to go to museums, join maybe some homeschool co-ops that are like fun co-ops, or you're meeting other homeschool kids, homeschool families. You can go to parks and libraries, read fun books if your kids are into that, do family read alouds, and just like have fun together. Go hiking, get outside, just whatever your family likes to do, like do those things. And maybe you can kind of notice kind of what learning is taking place even when you guys are having fun. Number 4, you are going to plan but be very flexible. So the first year, don't set your standards too high for what you want to accomplish in. So we just moved to some property and we're starting a homestead. So we have a kitten, a bunch of chickens, and I have a puppy running around somewhere back here too. So you can enjoy the background distractions while I finish my video. For the first year, your goals might just be read every day, work through a certain math curriculum, make some new homeschool friends. Keep it really simple the first year. You can make monthly goals that are a little bit more specific and develop over time, that can, as you're working through your year, be a little bit more goal oriented. But don't set your standards too high or you're going to get burnt out and overwhelmed. Just remember, like, you're learning how to be a homeschool teacher and how to teach your kids just as much as your kids are learning. So give yourself a little bit of slack, relax. You're not going to let your kids get behind, I promise. We have had a lot of moving and just life happen over the years, and my oldest daughter still graduated from high school when she was 16, and it wasn't a big deal. I promise you guys will not get behind, especially on the first year. When you're making your monthly goal, it can be a little bit more detailed, like read these specific 4 chapter books this month, visit this museum, deep dive into this topic. So make your monthly goals a little bit more detailed than your yearly goals, and just be flexible. Be really, really flexible that first year, because you want to be able to change your mind a whole lot, because you're learning and growing and figuring this thing out. Number 5, buy what you need, but only buy what you really need. Homeschool stuff is lovely. I love homeschool material. I love homeschool curriculum. I love all the stuff homeschool. And it can be really hard not to overbuy and overspend on all the cool things that you want to do with your kids. But especially this first year, take a breath and do not overbuy. Save your money for a little bit later. Buy a couple things that you really, really like that you want to try out. Particularly focus on like reading and math, and see what works for your kids and how you guys like learning. And then you can start buying more stuff. I think for especially that first year, it's more beneficial to buy a couple pieces of curriculum and then spend the other money doing like outside activities, like maybe visiting museums, maybe get a pass to the science museum and go once a month, or like homeschool classes at the zoo, or whatever your kids are interested in. Do a little bit more like outside fun learning things, and slowly add curriculum, like written curriculum into your homeschool as you figure out what type of learning style your kid has and what is not going to be stressful for you guys. You will buy things that don't work for your kids. So try not to spend a whole lot of money, especially if you're on a budget. I know like just the economy right now is making it stressful for everybody, and a lot of people are struggling. There are so many free resources online, and if you don't have any money at all or very very little money to spend on homeschooling, try a lot of the free resources that are available online. You really don't have to spend a whole lot of money on curriculum and stuff. And don't feel guilty, because that first year you're still learning, and you don't want to waste money on stuff that is not going to meet your kids' needs. Number 6, you're going to make it legal. You are going to turn in your intent to homeschool to the county. You're going to go ahead and get registered under an umbrella school, or you're going to just de-enroll in public school. Whatever it is for your state that you're in, you're going to do that. And you are going to be so scared and so excited at the same time, because homeschooling has been literally the best choice that I have ever made for my family. We have had such a great time. It has changed my like whole life perspective, not only around like education of children, but like my education, the way that we want to live our life. We have way more time to spend together as a family. We have a lot more freedom to do all the things that we want to do, go on vacations and have fun. And we're not tied down to a particular school schedule, summer schedule. We can do it whenever we want to, when the crowds are low. There's just so much fun stuff and so many benefits of homeschooling. In this video, I talk about the 5 myths of homeschooling. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I just started this new channel and it would really help me out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.